I just want to go over some rules with you guys so you guys are all aware. Hopefully, you guys are going to have 3 questions since we have such a large group tonight. It's all general. Everybody has the same questions. You will have 1 minute to answer the question. When we get to 15 seconds, we will hold up a sign that says 15 seconds to give you a little warning. You guys will also have a 3-minute open to say any remarks you would like to say about yourself as a candidate. We will have 1 minute sign that will go up. We have 1 minute left and 15 seconds to give you guys that opportunity to see them. Okay? You do not have to take all 3 minutes, no pressure. But we want to give you the opportunity to give all the actual voters out there. Okay? Thank you. I'm going to pass it on off to Karen Tellef. She will be our moderator this evening. And there you go.
We will ask a question. I'm going to start. You're the first one, sir. I'm going to start here and everyone's going to answer the first question. So everyone gets to hear everybody. We're going to start with township because they're right here. These are your township people. Now, on our ballot, we are going to see 1 supervisor position to vote for. If 1 person is running, he is the incumbent. There are 4 trustee positions open on our ballot. 5 people are running for those 4. 3 are incumbent, 2 are new. Okay? So let's start with the township people. Oh, and we also will be voting for the assessor, uncontested incumbent, a collector, uncontested incumbent, and also the clerk and highway commissioner. Those 2 aren't represented here today. But again, uncontested incumbents for those. So our first question for everybody is, let's start with your personal stories, whatever you feel comfortable sharing. Things like how long have you lived in Crete, maybe what neighborhood you live in, like Lincolnshire downtown. Some people know, oh, that's a neighbor of mine. If you want to discuss your family and the organizations you're involved with in the village of Crete or outside village of Crete. Again, we have 1 minute for this, so try to be brief. So let's start with the time, and your name too. I know you all have things here, but obviously introduce yourself too. Let's start with you, Mike.
Okay, can you hear me okay, or do we need microphones? Okay. My name is Michael Liccar. I'm the current supervisor of Crete Township. I've been on the township board going on 24 years. Was originally on the plan commission prior to becoming a trustee, and I've been the supervisor for the last 7 years or so, I guess it's been. I'm a certified public accountant. I'm also a registered investment advisor, and I do a lot of tax and accounting work. I have 3 grown children, all graduated from Crete High School. They're all adults, all children now themselves. And over the years, been involved in a number of things with in Crete Township. I'm one of the founders and building owners of where the Edge Coffee Shop is involved. I was the one that set up the nonprofit for the Edge Coffee Shop, and he's still a director for that. I'm also a founder.
Sorry. We're gonna cut you off.
It's like the Oscars. If someone else
Music? You're supposed to play the music.
I can let my alarm go off.
Thank you.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, my name is Mike Elton. I've been a Crete Township trustee for over 16 years. I am married to a beautiful wife, Debbie, for 54 years. I have 6 children. I'm the proprietor of the Healthy North. I'm the chairman of the Steger Chamber of Commerce for about 25 years. I'm a member of the Lions Club. I'm an elder at my church, and I'm heavily involved in Crete landscaping.
Okay, thank you. Next.
My name is Laurie Schaefer. I moved here in 2019, so I am a complete newbie. I don't know a lot of neighborhoods. I wanted to get invested in my community and to volunteer. I lost my mother shortly after I moved out here, and I'd like to be involved with the seniors. It makes my heart feel good and giving back. And I'm a retired construction worker, so I'm not afraid of work. And I enjoy the volunteer position more.
Okay.
I'm Cheryl Albrecht. I've been a trustee for 4 years. I'm a lifer in Crete, as I like to call it. I was born and raised here in town. Met my husband in college, and I brought him back to Crete. His name is Nelson. We raised our 4 children here in Crete. They all graduated from Crete Moni. My company, Country Financial, started off as Country Companies, placed me in Crete 43 years ago. I'm in my 44th year as an insurance agent. I've been in every PTO through all the schools. After 25 years of being in PTO and my kids all grew up, I decided to get into Crete politics. So I always lived in town and I moved out into the township, and so I ran for township 4 years ago. I'm in charge of youth, and I'm really involved in getting our new community center on going. Boom, there. I'm sorry.
Okay, that helped him a little nervous. Hi, I'm Kiaurakis. You can call me Fake K, that's good. I know it's really long. I am engaged to a wonderful man named Phil Rutz. He's lived here for 24 years. I moved out here 8 years ago. I am currently the mosquito abatement officer for Crete Township. I am also the community center coordinator, so I'm helping Cheryl and everybody get the community center up and running. I am a part of the women's club in Crete. I love the ladies. I love this community and I want to help as much as I can. So that's why whenever I'm needed, I just come when they call. I also have a brand new fishing program started for the kids. It's a youth program, 6 to 17. So if you guys know any kids, please call me and sign up. And that's it.
My name is Laura Hawkins. I've been the collector. I was a collector for 6 years, and now I've been a trustee for about 2 years. I lived in Steger for most of my life. I lived in Crete Township for most of my life, and then I lived in Steger for a couple years. I'm owner of Bambinos. I have a 24-year-old son and a 15-year-old nonverbal with autism. I love working with the community. I love working with the seniors. I love bringing programs to my township, and I'm just looking forward and hoping I can bring more.
Hi, my name is Tifanni Sterdivant. I live in unincorporated Crete. My background, I'm actually a licensed stationary engineer. I specialize in facilities management, so I manage communities. And I'm looking forward to using my experience where I live and the community that I'm invested in. My background includes a lot of charitable and not-for-profit work. I've worked with the youth and senior. I've also done a lot of mental health, social service programming and program development, as well as sponsorship development, so like grant making and things of that nature. I'm an AmeriCorps service alum. I am a SALT member of Local 399. So I work with youth doing job skills training programs as well. I have worked with or volunteered or donated with several of the organizations in the community. And I'm also a member of a number of groups throughout Will County. And I'm interested to run to continue to be a part. I appreciate everything that everyone on Township has been doing. I think you guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
So for the village, on our ballot, there's going to be one village president position open with one person running, so uncontested, a former trustee, but new to the position of village president. And if I can go off for a second, if you don't mind, if I can be personal and give some respect to our outgoing village president, Mike Einhorn, who has devoted so much of his life to the governing of Crete for decades. And I'm sure everybody here wishes him the best in his current health battles, so. So in addition to the village president, there's gonna be 3 trustee positions available. We have 4 people running, 2 are incumbents, 2 are new people. Okay, so let's see.
One and
Wait.
3 new people.
Oh, that's right, 1 incumbent, 3 new. Yep, I'm sorry about that, thank you. And we have, one of the new people, or the new person is not represented here, today. So let's start with you, Mark, who's, running for village president.
Thanks. My name is Mark Wiater, Village President. Grew up in Crete, product of Crete Public Schools, have a finance degree from the University of Illinois. I've been on the village board for 28 years, 7 terms. Prior to that, I spent a couple of years on planning and zoning. Thanks for recognizing Mike. Mike and I work hand in hand pretty much every day. I talk to Mike on a daily basis. And I appreciate everything he's done for the village. I'm married to Patty for 33 years. We have 2 grown children. They're out of the house, so I think we succeeded. And, looking forward to serving the residents for the next coming 4 years as village president, so thanks.
Okay, Jamie.
All right, sure. So I'm Jamie Healy. I was raised in Stager, right next door, but did most of my stuff in Crete. Went to the Crete Co-op Preschool at the Methodist Church, started there, and was always part of the Park District. The Teddy Bear Parade, I don't know if anyone remembers that. That was my favorite thing growing up. And my husband and I, we bought our first home in Crete in 2007, and then we bought our second home 3 blocks from that home in 2019. And since then, my background's special ed. That was my first life. I was a special ed teacher for about 15 years, both at the grade school level and at the college level. The college level is pretty much doing special ed law. But then I decided to open a yarn store, loved it, but wasn't my passion. And now I'm at the Crete Park District, which I really love because I get to be a part of the school or the community while working. And I just want to take the next step.
Thanks, Steve.
My name is Steve Johnson, current trustee for 18 years, 3rd generation living in Crete, married to my wife Linda. We have 2 girls, went to Crete-Moni, have 2 great-grandchildren, not great-grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And I'm in charge of the water department on the village now. Working with Mike and Mark and everybody for 18 years has been wonderful. I did take a little break in the middle of Crete-Moni. I was the president of the Booster Club for 8 years while my girls were at the high school. After that, I ran again and got reelected for village trustee. Currently, I'm also on the board of our condo down in Florida for 26 years. I just was reelected for my 2nd term for our house that we have in Michigan City, our summer house, for my 2nd term there. And looking forward to continuing as a village trustee. So thank you.
My name is Keith Miller, lifelong resident of Crete Township, the Crete area. Last 30 years, I believe, in town Crete. I live on a few blocks south or east of Smoky Joe's. Father of 4 children, 12 grandchildren. Engaged to be married with King over here. I started my career with community involvement straight out of high school. Volunteer firefighters, Wiater, Crete Township Fire, auxiliary Will County Sheriffs. My work kind of made all that be a backseat because I was a shift worker for the steel industry for 32 years. Recently retired, became self-employed as a consultant, and just looking to fill a little bit of time and help wherever I can.
All right, so now let's move on to Park District. We'll have 3 positions on the ballot. There are 3 people running, all of them brand new people, so awesome for stepping up. Junior, you're not sitting with your compadre, but let's start with you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joan Shine. As you see, I am running for Park District. Something very new to me, having a background with education and always been president of the parent organization. throughout the school, all the way up to high school when my last one graduated and was still president over there. But one thing I do know about parks and is more than just having somewhere for kids to play, but play goes along with learning. Learning through play is what I have learned going to college. I've been a National Louis alumni there. As I graduated there, that is so important. And not only with even my volunteer work, I have done different things with even building playgrounds. So being a community resident of Crete, I would love to see that in all communities, especially in the area that I'm in, because we have no park and we're kind of in that small area where kids don't have much to do. So I'm excited to come in and give my ideas and my thoughts and put my hands to work.
Okay, thank you, Kelly.
Hi, my name is Kelly Humbert-Hallin. I've been a resident of Crete for 21 plus years. Raised 5 kids, had multiple foster children in between too, and was involved with school stuff and with whatever I can get my hands dirty with that stuff. My background is also in special ed. Got my bachelor's in special ed and actually started school for at Elton Institute for psychology. Did not quite complete that because I was going for a PhD. But with having 2 special needs kids also, it's been my passion always trying to get kids included in things and getting them involved, having more things to do and just being a voice for the people who unfortunately sometimes get overlooked. And I'm hoping by being on the board, I can bring better ideas. Thank you.
Okay, so last for the library, we have 4 positions on the ballot. 4 people are running, all incumbents. Let's go ahead and start with you, Heather.
Hello, my name is Heather Van Zyl, and I have lived in Crete for most of my life, and I have been a board member for the Crete Library for the past 12 years. I also am employed by the area. I work for the Forest Preserve District of Will County, so I've seen many of you at programs there or here or at the schools as well, because my kids are part of the Crete School District. 2 have graduated, 3 more to go. So lots of ways that I've been involved here in town with many of you, probably all of you in some way or shape. It's just happening. I'm excited to be running for the board again for the library. I think the library becomes a really integral part of our community. There's opportunities for learning, for meeting as a community right here, for expanding out into our yards there too as well. So many things I could say about that, but I'm excited to continue to have the library grow under our work.
Okay.
My name is Suzanne Oliver, and I moved to Crete in 1991. My husband and I built a house out by Lincoln Oaks, sort of the golf course. And I worked at Governor State for 29 years, retired from there in 2003. And ever since then, I've been having fun in Crete. And I joined the Women's Club, which really kind of gave me the impetus to get into other things. And the library I started using the day I moved to Crete, and I've been involved ever since. I've been in the book club here forever. I take part in anything they do. So I'm a huge fan and very happy with the direction we're going. Hope we keep going that way. And I'm looking forward to spending more time with you.
I'm Leslee Williams, and I'm currently on the library board. I've been on it for 8 years. I'm the vice president, and I'm seeking election again because, as all of us will tell you, we love this library, and I think it's an asset to our community. I've lived in Crete for 46 years. I have 2 sons that graduated from Crete High School. I am formerly a teacher of the visually impaired, blind, and partially seeing, and I was the direct assistant director of a cooperative that handled all students with what we call very severe disabilities, covering Crete School District as well. So I've had a wonderful opportunity to bring my children to this library, to have them involved in all the community activities, and I'm very happy to see all the people running who want to support our community.
And I am Phyllis Monks, and I have lived here since 1978, and have a family of now 6 children and 13 grandchildren. And I started the Crete Historical Society many years ago, and it's really moving ahead, and we're not quite ready to open the old Congregational Church as a museum yet. We're still working on it with the benefit from the National Underground Railroad Committee. And so I love Crete. I didn't grow up here, but I love Crete. I love being called a Cretan. And I love this library. This is the best library in all of Will County. And if I'll strangle anyone who sells it. Because I've been to many of the other libraries. They're good, but we're better. Okay. And because we have a wonderful staff here, that is what's amazing to be good.
Okay, thanks. You're all still in it after the first question. Can we have 2 minutes or 3 or something on the second one? This will probably be the most detailed question for them. So if we can do 2, can we do 2? All right, thank you. Okay, and I'm reversing the room. So Phyllis, you're going to be first. If you're an incumbent, explain what you've accomplished in your last term, what you're proud of, the kind of work you have been doing in your assigned positions, and what you're looking forward to doing in your next term. Okay? If you're new, what areas in your responsibilities are you looking forward to working on? What really drove you going, I've never done this before, I want to start doing this, and this is what I'm interested in. And feel free to ask me to repeat if you forget by the time it gets to your turn. Phyllis.
Okay, well, I've been on the library board for a couple of terms now. I love this library. My grandchildren here, and they love it. They love the programs. I started when they were about 4 years old. And this is just a great place. But they also liked it because Cone Cottage was across the street. And so right after the programs, the summer programs, of course, it was Cone Cottage. But I have also starting the Crete Historical Society. I was president for many years, and now I'm a treasurer because no one wanted that job. And so I'm also a part of Crete Creative. I'm the vice president of Crete Creative, and it's right out here in the hallway. Wonderful artwork at Crete Creative, and Tim is on and others here. Of Crete Creative Art Gallery, so we contribute that way to our library. And I just believe that, and I started the cabinets. I have a historical society cabinet that I fill out for about 3 months all the time. I started the butterfly garden. Anyone who wants to help them, it's available. Just call me, it starts in spring, and we have several of our others who are helpful here with the butterfly garden. And I just feel that it's just the most wonderful place to live.
So as vice president of the library board, my main position is to fill in when the president is absent, and she's never absent. So in that regard, I haven't done very much. However, the real role of those of us in the board, I feel, is policy. It's helping to approve policy, to look at finances, to make sure that we're fiscally responsible, and to applaud staff for all the fabulous programs that we have. The main things that we've done this year are a credit to our director and our staff. The pavilion that we have, the new community garden that we have, and of course, our programs continue to grow and grow and grow. So I think we're cheerleaders for them. I think you can tell. I'm also, I thought I mentioned, I'm a past president of the Crete Women's Club, and I'm also a past president of the Professional Organization for Teachers of the Blind, and I've been on the national boards of both of those groups. So even though I've been able to go all over, Crete is the place, and the library is the place that I'm most comfortable and most happy and most willing to work for.
I filled in, somebody had to leave the board like before, I can't remember what year it was, but anyway, so Susan James was then the director. And Phyllis talked me into taking the spot. I had never been on anything elected before. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm still not absolutely sure, but I'm better than I was. I love it. And then I ran last time and now I'll be running for my second term. So I'm so proud. We brought David here, which was a wonderful thing. And we're all, of course, very tickled about, we're improving the grounds. We're trying to make it a more community-oriented library than it already was. I feel like the board has a lot to say on what happens, how it happens, do we want it to happen? And it's very interesting work for me. Never having done this before, I love it, and I think. Oh, and because Cindy wants a plug for the garden walk. So the garden walk will be held here this year instead of being in the parking lot of Crete Methodist Church. We're going to be here for the craft fair, and then there'll be booths and stuff sprinkled around in the area. So we're all very excited about that. So I just think it's a great plug. And yes, you're on.
Go see my yard. You got a lot of work.
So, yes, so I'm the president of the Crete Library Board for the past 4 years. This is will be my fourth term coming up. I'm proud of many things that we've accomplished over the past 12 years, but specifically in the last term, since that's what you're going to ask, is a number of things that you can see right driving up. We just opened last summer the pavilion outside and the community garden space out there, which is an amazing opportunity that you can check out a garden space if you don't have one of your own. Grow your flowers, grow your food, have those opportunities for the community. I am also really proud of the partnerships that we have built over that time with different community organizations. We're very involved with Crete Country Christmas. We brought the Crete Creative now has a home up here in our building, which I think is a great opportunity. We work closely with the Women's Club, which have brought programming opportunities. We work with the village on just so many different things. And yes, a lot of that is the credit to David because he works so well and has made so many partnerships and agreements and formalized so many things. But if we may take just one smidge of credit for hiring him, then I'm going to take that one. Yes. I'm also really proud of how financially responsible we've been. This building was built because of referendum when I was in college. So I went to the little tiny green apartment building library. So I was amazed that this place is here. And ever since then, we've never had to do that again because we work really hard to make sound financial decisions with our money, invest it wisely, and invest in our staff, in our community, and in our programs. And so we've been able to keep this building going, expand on it, expand on our opportunities. And I'm extremely proud of that work. So I look forward to what we can continue to do under the wise leadership of Dave and working with the rest of the board. And of course, any of you are welcome to come to our meetings so you can give input as well of what you'd like to see, because we certainly want to pour back into the community.
Sure. Okay, so Park District, we have 2 new people here, so focus on what made you want to run for these positions. What are you hoping to work on? What are your personal things? Start.
Good question. One of the things I would like to see grow with the Park District is programming. More programming, trying to get more people involved, more children, more families involved. And more activities. Don't know how yet. I mean, that's something I'm trying, what are we missing? And maybe we can get more people involved and wanting to go. I would like, obviously, I don't mind volunteering time. I also have been doing Park Pals as for the last year. I've been at Park Pals. Hopefully that'll help the library, not the library, the park district in some way, somehow, because they kind of work together. And also hopefully bring in more programming and more ideas on how to get more inclusive programming in, even for LWSRA. Since my daughter is the ambassador for LWSRA for the Park District, I would like to see more programming and more activities for LWSRA. And
would you explain for them what that means?
Sure. LWSRA is the Lincoln Way Special Recreation Association, and Crete just became part of it three years ago. And we are out and about doing activities. My daughter's actually here. Put her on the spot, that's Emmy. Many people know Emmy, they know her more than they usually know me. And just like let them also have a face and a time, and they're part of the community also. And I don't feel like I sometimes feel like our people with disabilities are left behind and they're not viewed in the same light as you and I or anybody else sitting here even. So I'd like to give them more opportunities also in our community.
Okay, so great question. It kind of intertwined between the two. So I never even considered running for a park district. I'll start there, but they had an event and I came and I spoke with Andy and I began to tell him, which brings me to the second question about what I would want to personally see happen. So I'm in Crete, but I'm on the other side where we just one way in, one way out. So and we're right off of Steger Road. So we have no nearby playgrounds. The kids can't walk. They can't ride their bike without, being possibly in danger with the busy traffic. So I'm like, I ride past this area over my house and it's like this open space. What can we do with it, And I was like, oh, park. So I went up to the park tent and I began to ask questions about that. And then we began to talk, and then they were saying how they was doing all of these things and they wanted signatures from others. So I said, well, hey, I'll prove to you all I'm in it for the long haul. So I took that pad and I went around, spoke with parents, had signatures, probably about 2 pages done within 30 minutes. And then that's when they was like, have you ever considered running for park district? So, and here I am. And I never knew, but I would love to, just to see more things. And then even with me talking with other parents, I realized that the concerns that they have for the parks that's in their area, and I'm like, you're lucky you have a park, but we'll work on that. So that's how I'm here today.
Thank you. Now let's go to the village people. In reverse, we have a mix of incumbents and newbies. Yeah.
I'm a newbie. From the last question he asked, so I did recently retire a year and a half ago, and I had a little bit of free time. Started attending the village meetings and showing interest in what was going on in local government. I kind of always stayed away from that. I recently became a sergeant on emergency management within the village of Crete. I've been on that for about 8 years. So you hear things and, struggles that the board has, the village has, between our government and downstate, and we can't do this, and they're mandating that, and then you look at over time the struggles that the towns are having along the border. Everybody's flying one way, our taxes going up, and things are closing up. So, whatever I can offer. My consulting firm that I do, I work in the steel industries. I'm known for thinking outside the box. So if I come up with an idea and it helps, hey, more power. For 18 years, I've been dealing with the legions, and if there's anything I can do to help with getting anything more involved with the legions in this town. I'm all in with that too.
Hey, Steve.
When I ran like 2 terms ago, went door to door where, for the position, a lot of people were talking about the water. So when I did get reelected, of course, water was always an issue, and I still take care of the water today. So then Mike and we all got together, because our board works not as one, we work really as a group, So we decided to look into water filtration. So with that being said, we did tours, went to other towns, looked around at different filtration opportunities. Mike Einhorn was really the backbone to all of it. He researched, we got low interest loans. We got some grants to have it done. So it took us almost 4 years to get the project started. With that being said, we are completed now. And all of it seems to be working out very well. With that being said, we also just redid the water tower on Richardson Road, the big water tower we have. Completely trained it, went inside, cleaned it, needed some new patchwork and that thing is done to it. And then somebody that we talked to, we put in mixers. So the mixer is virtually like a mixing bowl to keep the water circulating inside the water tower. So we put that in all the water towers that we have now. So that's hopefully why our water has improved. I'm not going to tell you it's 100%. We've got old mains in our town. We've got, we do flushing twice a year. So we continue to hopefully improve our water situation. So, but that's what I've been doing for the last 8 years. That's all.
Okay, thanks, Jane.
I've been really involved in town for the past, I want to say, 7 years. Started off with Crete Creative, and I've been part of the chamber since 2018. I've been on the board since 2019, including 2 terms as vice president. And I'm currently the vice president for Crete Country Christmas. And my main job there is really the marketing aspect of it. I also started the Santa Sleigh Parade that goes around town, which is very near and dear to me. And so through all of that, including with the Park District, one of my main responsibilities is the legislation aspect. We'll be in Springfield next month, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm on Jackie Haas, State Rep Jackie Haas' Advisory Council for Municipalities and Economics through that. As well as I somehow convinced Senator Joyce to give us $40,000 for a new guardrail for the park, for the bike trail. So I'm really learning a lot of the advocacy and just working for things that, with those conversations. As well as being a former business owner, and with the chamber, I feel like I've gotten to know a lot of business owners. I've built a lot of relationships, both within the town, the municipalities, as well as in surrounding towns. So I'm excited to just use that to help build our business community. I know our village has done a lot of work, so I'm eager to add to that and see where I can be of service with that. But first and foremost, I'm looking forward to learning and listening from the current trustees and the employees of the village and everyone else to see where I can fit best. I don't know exactly where I will fit best, but I'm excited to learn and find out and just continue to serve my community.
Well, you all have given me the honor and privilege of being a trustee and being your trustee for the last 28 years. I appreciate that. It's not a job I ever took lightly. In 28 years, I've sat on public health, which is the dirty water. I've sat on water where Steve is, that's the clean water. And in 2007, I believe, Mayor Einhorn put me on finance, license, and ordinance. That's when I really started working hand in hand with Mike, pretty much on a daily basis. Him and I bring most of the budgets that we do every year, the appropriation ordinances. I've sat on numerous negotiating committees for the patrolmen and the police department. I've sat on the sergeant's negotiating committee for the police department, negotiated contracts for the paramedic service and the fire department. work with the department heads to allow them to implement the budgets that we create and integrate them into their departments. So Einhorn has really been grooming me for a lot of years. And I don't want to say he was really grooming me, but he is very open to showing and teaching and allowing people to learn. So it was just the next natural progression, I think, for me to step up when he showed some hesitancy to run again. So my job in the upcoming term is to work with the incoming trustees. There's going to be at least 2 new ones, to work with them, to work with the department heads, and then continue to do the job, the good job, the great job that Mayor Einhorn has been doing for the last 40 years.
Thanks. Okay, but now let's go on to the township, and we'll start with you, Tim.
Thank you. So I'm running for Crete Township trustee. A few ideas that I have had are to create a community resource fair. I think that there are some wonderful organizations within the community, and I think that the volunteerism that we have here is incredibly powerful. I think that there are some really great things, but I think my suggestion is to build on the things that already exist. I think it's wasteful to duplicate, but really more so create more partnerships and collaboration. A few other ideas that I had were to create a youth forum. I think that there are some areas, like for instance, the Park District does work with a lot of the smaller children, but there are a lot of teenagers. And then there's also the library. And so each one of the groups gets a little bit of the students, as well as the students from the school. Some of the, and I have 2 teenage daughters who are involved in a lot of things, which I think make them to be better people. And I think exposing more of the youth to those programs will be ideal. I look forward to expanding programs and services, creating various workshops, including things like learning more about your taxes. I think there's a lot of resident education that we would all benefit from. I think a very common question, I live in an unincorporated Crete, we also get a lot of the questions about the water, which really isn't the township, but I think making opportunities for them that people can learn more about how to manage their water will be helpful. I'm also interested to create some discount bulk purchasing programs, which would include maybe discounts on the trash services, the internet and cable, and maybe water treatment for unincorporated. I'd like to expand the volunteerism programs for the youth. I'm interested in promoting advocacy, building relationships. I have a lot of experience in budget management. In my current world, I manage a $7 million budget for a $600 million asset. So I have a lot of experience in budget development, implementation, resource development overall, and program administration. I negotiate union contracts as well as service contracts for vendors that I think would be beneficial to the community.
I've met a lot of seniors, and I'm hoping to meet a lot more. I'm hoping to get the community more involved. I talked to Catholic charities, aging services, and I'm trying to get as many free programs to the township as possible. And just meeting people and getting to know everyone and learning governments and we just got a really good team right here. We've been doing a lot of work together, trying to get this community center going, and we just like to continue doing that.
Well, I have already started doing a lot of what I think I would be doing as a trustee. As a mosquito abatement officer, I worked with one of our chemical companies to get us a better, safer chemical. I went ahead and get the licensing I didn't have before just because we needed it. And I also taught myself how to write grants so that we can get a grant for our fishing program that I have, because I would prefer not to use taxpayer money. And it's actually working out very well. I have a ton of donations, and thank you to anybody who brought any. I received a check from the Women's Club for $100 to help with their program. So I think I'm on the right track so far. But I've also been working with Miss Laura with the senior events programs. We've had a lot of meetings. to start new programs. We have Christian Catholic Charities coming and doing programs. Worked with Cheryl to have the water guy. I got the
Just
timer.
laugh a lot.
I get the timer. I'm like, we do laugh a lot. We saw land. What was this?
I have a hard time with the name.
I know it's a long name.
But it's the Well South Cook Water Conservation, and Faye and I and Laura are working in the back.
Yeah, to get the pond set because we have a pond, so he has a lot of really good good things that we can help incorporate. Keep going with the community center. I think I really like getting dirty and getting the work done, so we're getting it done.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna tattoo that name on my Will South Cook.
You don't have that much skin.
I know, I don't. Well, anyhow, I'm sorry. So Cheryl Albrecht, I've been on for 4 years. When I came on, I said, wow, these meetings are over by 7:30, and then all of a sudden they're longer. That's because I talk too much. But they noticed that I've been in PTOs for 25 years. So I work with the youth activities. So we started with Acorn Fest, where we do Crete Township youth activities. We've sponsored the Bouncies. We do fun fair games. Last year we didn't get to, but it is something we'll do every year. Then we started a back to school kids garage sale where kids can come sell their stuff. But then we gave out school supplies that we got donated and actually that we purchased and found sales for so that we could do the school supply handout. So now, now we have this awesome community center. And on our last mailer that we sent out, I've asked for people who would like to be involved in the youth commission. I have 2 people so far. There may be a lot more because I see you all in this room. You're all gonna volunteer. But we're gonna start planning, and we're gonna have volleyball. We could do roller skating. We're gonna have fun nights. But it all comes with volunteers because teenagers are awesome, but we need a lot of volunteers. So, write all your names down. Okay.
First, I want to say, as a newbie, I am inspired, humbled, and in awe of the accomplishments of all these people. And I aspire to someday have more than just, I have extra time for my hands. But I was a foreman when I was a construction worker, so I'm used to working hard, I'm used to getting things done, and I jumped in because I was new to the community, I started going to the meetings, and I thought, why not? And then so now I'm learning about how the government works, and I try to fill in where the team needs me and support them moving forward to make Crete a better place. And like I said, I hope in the next 2 years I have half as many as any of these people do in the city. These are my contributions.
Well, where do I start? Well, over the last 4 years, we remodeled the town hall on Wood Street with all brand new bathrooms, extra toilets, put in all touches. We put in brand new furnaces with UV lights, tore out all the carpeting, put vinyl floors in so that we don't have germs in there. And we put Wood Street in good shape. Instrumental in working with the state rep and speak to Luca, get the price of the new building lowered down to $1.3 million. With Anthony's help, we got that done. And we managed with a lot of supervisors help to get it put to bed. Right now, just finished up with the all brand new alarm with a Wi-Fi in it, with the
cameras.
You're rushing me.
I know. Very jarring.
With cameras in it. We fixed the parking lot so it doesn't flood anymore. We're about to put in fire alarm, we're having the sprinklers inspected this month. So we're putting the new building back in great shape. We had all furnaces worked over, and I was in charge of all that. But without these people, I couldn't done it because they were all there to help. And my 15 seconds is over.
Yes. So, as the supervisor, I act as the chief financial officer, treasurer, and chairman of the township. I will tell you that the township is in very good financial condition. It has no debt. The community center, we were able to, as Frank mentioned, able to negotiate a reduced price. We were able to work with with Will County to secure an ARPA grant. And for the people of Crete Township, we have a 32,000 square foot building that's 15 years old and 15 acres for a net cost of $477,000, way below its market value. I will tell you that this board, what's unique about township government is even though I'm the supervisor, they should change that title to custodian or something, because supervisor does not really have a lot of extraordinary powers. All of this is done as a team. So many of the decisions that are put together is done by the full board. And that's why it's important that we have this team. These are seasoned people who understand township government. The main thing we have on our plate right now, the other thing I'll mention is that working with Will County with I think a lot of pressure from us, we were able to get the paratransit program, which is a paratransit program, transportation for seniors and those with disabilities at no cost to the township right now. That was running us at one time $70,000 a year. So we're very fiscally responsible. We're very frugal with the money, and the main thing is the community center right now. We're trying to do that step by step as we're able to do it. We're doing things in phases. We actually met with the architect and planner today, Frank and I, and we'll be filling in the rest of the board to do a strategic master plan for that building. So we think this will be a fantastic treasure for all of the people in Crete Township. We have big plans, and we think we'll get there. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're gonna get a little bit macro here, not as Crete specific. Explain to me and us why the organization you're running for is important to residents. What services do you think the residents should be expecting from your organization? Do you think they're getting it? If you have any opinions on funding, any political opinions of, especially for incumbents, of cooperation you've gotten from perhaps downstate or anything else, let's go ahead and talk about those big picture items, but mostly focused on whatever it is you're running for. What are you guys supposed to be doing for the residents? And we're going to start in the middle. We'll start with the Park District. Go ahead.
So what I'm hoping to do for the resident, as I explained before, that we're in and out. So even, of course, other parks are already established, but building something there for the safety of the children, that the children have something to do. A lot of times they're kind of just running and riding bikes, but it will have a place for them to all collectively go and be safe. So that they can play to be safe, clean, and those things. With the background, I have even built playgrounds literally with my hand, and of course with the other team for different schools. So I have that background. I'd love to do it again. And so I'm really just looking to even those parks that's already established, just to enhance them so that the parents will feel, as I heard their concerns, that they will get what they had asked for with the rest of the playground. What it most of it was really just updates, and of course slowly but surely with grants and even different fundraisers. I don't mind whatever it takes, door to door. chocolate bars, so, yeah.
Okay.
That kind of goes along with what I said before. I'm hoping just bring in different programs and different areas of fun to the park district. Like try to get it revived a little bit more. Trying to get more people interested and excited and wanting to do these things. I don't know if it's because like now, I mean, versus one of my kids, I mean, my youngest is 22, my oldest is almost 40. So what? Maybe it's because there's so many things that are online now and everybody's on their phones with internet and gaming that it seems like parks themselves, park districts themselves have gone to the wayside because everybody's usually doing their internet stuff. I think that's why like the unplugged day, that concept is great because it makes you go out and kind of do something that's in a park and not just on TV thing. So hopefully more programming, more involvement from community, stuff like that.
Okay, let's jump to the village people. Mark, start with you.
Well, I'm not sure I understood. I think you're asking how the village falls into the micro,
what are they supposed to do for the residents? What should the
Well,
residents expect?
if you're a village resident, pretty much all the services that you have grown to know come from the village. Police, fire, water, sewer, garbage pickup, leaf collection, snow plowing, all that stuff comes from the village. All that stuff's derived from budgets that we create from taxpayer, property tax money for the most part. Sales tax enters into all that. So our job at the village is to try to create fiscally responsible budgets to make sure we can continue to give you those services. How does that fit into the big picture? Forever, we're fighting with the county and the state for funds. The state will cut funding for local distributive taxes. You've heard the governor trying to cut some grocery tax and those kind of things. All that comes out of our bottom line, which indicates then that we gotta either sharpen our pencil and try to make the reduced revenue that we have work for the current services that we provide, or we gotta cut a service. So far we've been real successful. I was at a legislative breakfast a couple of weeks ago, chewed the ears of Representative DeLuca and Senator Joyce. Those are the connections you have to try to get the micro part of this operation downstate and get the kind of support that you need downstate to make it work on this one. So does that answer what you were asking?
Sure does. Thanks, Mark. Janie?
Sure. So yeah, as Mark said, it's the safety, it's the water, it's the garbage pickup, it's the roads, it's all of those things, it's the ordinances. And I'm just looking forward to being a part of all of that. I think that the village is doing a really good job of starting to really get more of that out there, which I'm looking forward to being a part of. Trustee Milburn and Trustee Seifert have really revived the website. I'm a part of the Crete Connections, the new brochure that's been going out. The next one will be out like April 1st-ish, doing the chamber pages, but it's been really exciting to be a part of that so that it's a way that all of the taxing bodies and the chamber are able to just really get all of the good stuff and information out to our residents. And so I just think that's a really exciting part about being a part of the village, is just to really connect more with our residents so they know really what we all provide.
I'm a little bit on jump on Mark's bandwagon because we as a town have I believe second to none of a DPW department that takes care of our roads. We have water main breaks. We take care of our own water main breaks. We do not hire out services for that. Branch pickup. They're coming out once a week to pick up branches. Snowplow. I mean, anybody drives in this town, you drive out of town, you definitely know you're out of Crete, because there's nobody else that takes care of roads like we do. They jump on the bandwagon when we have our holiday parades. Anytime holiday parade, they're out there. So and with that all being said, it's all because we haven't raised taxes in this town since, yes. And so, not what Mark's talking about, it just doesn't happen, and that's what we're all here to drive. That's our job. So.
I can only speak, but we're guided most of the board meetings, to hear what they have to say. But I will say, yeah, there's a lot of services they do. I'm not gonna say I have run-ins with the village. I probably had some disagreements, but when I needed help, they were there to help me. If they couldn't help me, they did steer me to the right place. And just from what I've seen with the meetings since I've been retired, they've addressed ordinances issues. There's probably some ordinances that need to be revised, to be with the times.
You mean chickens?
Yeah. I didn't want to bring up my chicken. But I will say this and put a feather in their all head, and it was at the last board meeting. We're number 5 with the pensions with the state. 7 with the pensions with the police. So I think that's very impressive that our pensions are up there for them. That shows a lot for this village.
Yeah, actually, if you don't mind, I am going to step off. Mark, would you mind, because I found that really interesting in the last village board meeting, would you explain to them and the whole, because we always get the opinions of why we have video gaming. Could you explain exactly how this is?
Well, the village received a report from the state that listed all of the downstate pensions for the different police departments in the state. Crete was number 7 on the list of funding for the police pensions for their respective departments. We're funded at 88.8%, not 100, but it's well above what most of the different departments, municipalities in the state are funded to. Numerous departments are funded in the low to mid-teen percentages, which at some point the municipality is going to have to pay that obligation, and if you're funded at 15 to 20%, I don't know how that happens. The village board made a cognizant decision when we had the found money, I call it, from video gaming. And I know that that's probably a sore subject for a lot of people. Other people don't really care about it all that much. But the village made a cognizant decision when the state started allowing video gaming to take all of that gaming revenue and put it right into the police pension. And we felt it was found money, and we didn't want to start a initiative with that money that if the gaming money then went away, we wouldn't have a way to fund it. So we took that money, we started putting it into the police pension. The last time I looked, the total aggregate from day one of gaming, the village has received a little over $2 million in gaming money, gaming revenue, which has then gone right back into the police pension. So that's what we're referring to, and I think the village did absolutely the right thing in taking that money and making sure our obligation.
Thanks for explaining that. Okay, let's go to the township.
Well, I think that the township, very similar to the village, does have similar responsibilities with the road, partnering with the assessor's office, and various other services. However, township isn't responsible, for instance, for trash removal or all the other services that the village does provide. I think some things that would be beneficial, I've looked at what other townships do and kind of what townships work really well and townships that have done not so well, and the things we don't want to do. I think a few things that are important for the township really are to connect resources. I think, again, there are a lot of resources available from Will County, lots of organizations. I think communicating, partnering with local officials to bring those resources to our local area so we don't have to travel to Joliet, but bring more of it to Eastern Will. I think it is working with elected officials, resident engagement, resident education about the existing services so that everyone can benefit from them.
Okay.
All right, I just like apologize because I totally can't think. I'm horrible in situations with all these people, but I'm working as much as I can. I would just love some more participation from everyone in town. Like, come to our meetings, come to my senior events, come to Catholic Charities, the events we have. Come to our crafting. We have somebody doing crocheting. We have a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes I feel like nobody knows about it or nobody hears about it. I have a senior township page. If anyone, is on Facebook, please join it. Just trying to get the word out for the things that we have free for the community.
Oh, I didn't know we were gonna go in order now. Personally, macro, what you guys can expect from me is I'm big on education for the kids. Education is my number one top priority. I think the kids can only do better by having a better education. So when I found out that our Crete High School needs community service hours, I right away tried to figure out what can I do with the township to help them get that done. Community center is a perfect opportunity to do that. So I have a meeting with the superintendent tomorrow, and we're gonna discuss how I can get the kids, how many I can get, when I can get them, and anybody that is in our program is going to get a letter from me for them to go into their college application, a letter of recommendation for their help.
So I think this community center, 32,000 square feet, is awesome, and we're going to be able to have so many programs. But we need to pay for our community center. I mean, we don't want to raise taxes. We're 100% don't want to raise taxes, but the best thing we have is this huge room that we can rent out, have for usage fees. We've already had it several times. So big part of that is to have a kitchen, a commercial kitchen that local bakers could use, that they could go there, they could rent the kitchen from us, they make their things, and then they can sell them at Wells, that kind of stuff. But then also we could have events and weddings, family reunions where they have a kitchen, and we would be earning a lot more rent usage fee for that room to pay our lights, our lights, gas, whatever. And one of my goals is to make it self-sustaining and everything can be free to our community members. That get my friend. Okay.
I too am very excited about the community center, and I've been talking with some senior ladies about some different ideas. Like, I thought we could do a senior swap meet where you bring like 10 items. It's free, it's a social hour, but you also get to repurpose and reuse things that normally would go in a landfill and things like that, and getting some different maybe game programs for the seniors going. I hope to be involved in a lot of the new things that are going to be going on.
Frank?
Well, there's a lot of things going on in the community right now in the community center. And you gotta understand that the township can only do so many things. We're not like the village. Village can do things that we can't. So we gotta keep everything that in line with what we can do. With all the programs we got going now, there's quite a few of them. And we're redundant here in speaking about it because we're all involved in it. We have a senior luncheon coming up, which we meet them 3 times a year. We're working on the youth. Fishing programs going on. There'll be other programs going on. They're going to do a gardening program. So all these programs are actually in the programs to be done this spring. So like I said, we're doing a lot of repeating here, but there's only so much we can do.
In Crete Township is very unique in the sense that we have over 23,000 residents of which less than 9,000 are in the village of Crete. The majority of our residents are in the unincorporated area. Township government by state statute, as Frank had mentioned, is actually limited in its authority. We can't have a police department. We can't have a fire department. We can't have public works. We can't have our own zoning and rules, etc. However, we get involved in areas that are, for example, we maintain over 80 miles of roads and bridges. We have a separate assessor's office, so it's not way out in Joliet. They can work with us directly. We provide now with the community center. That's not to say we don't get involved with items that are in the county's bailiwick. We're very involved, for example, in the zoning for Balmoral Park to keep that from being converted into a truck depot. That was an area that we were very involved with, even though we had no authority. We actually went to Joliet and testified for that. So we try to keep involved with that. We also have a liaison that position we created in Crete Township to work directly with Will County land use on areas where there are in fact violations. For example, unlicensed entertainment facilities, which is becoming an issue in the unincorporated area.
The library's role in the community is to offer residents educational opportunities, social opportunities, and the resources that they need. And we do that through all of the books that we have, magazines, movies, all of those things that you can check out, but we check out things beyond that as well. There's a library of things. So if you need something for a party or you want to try a new craft or teach yourself something that way, you can also check those things out as well. We have a lot of social opportunities. So some of our programs are educational, but also many of our programs are social. So folks can come here, gather, meet other people, and get involved that way. And then we have a lot of resources as well. So we work with providing educational opportunities, helping people link up to have job opportunities, to use the computers, scanners, copiers, things that they need. We have some knowledgeable staff who can help you use all of those things as well. Do you need to get information about how to get involved with another program, food opportunities, anything like that? We have folks that are out here to do that as well. So the library has what you need. Please come and ask for it.
And it is the best library in all of it.
Yes, remember.
I was just gonna say, one of the things that I find outstanding is the children's services here are just incredible. Every time I get a newsletter, even though I'm here fairly often, I'm just blown away by everything they do. The new staff they've hired, they're bringing in wonderful ideas. So many people seem to like to just come here and spend time. They aren't necessarily needing the computer, but they just like the building. They like to talk to their friends. There's a coffee section with kids up here. It's just and I see it growing more. I think more ideas like the community gardens was a move on our part to try to bring the community in more, even more, because there are people that don't even know about this stuff. So part of our goal is to get the word out there, and I think we'll continue. It's ever evolving. There's no end.
Well, I think that the library is really very responsive to the needs and wants of the community. Certainly, we're a cultural event. We have cultural events all the time. We have educational presentations. But, we also have the vehicle license renewal program. We also bring in or offer opportunities for vaccinations. We also have a job training corps that comes in. So we do a lot of things that aren't really government, but they certainly support the community in other ways. We're about to undertake a strategic plan, at which point we will survey certain members of the community, certain members of all areas of the organizations, and through that we hope to see what the community wants in the future from us. And I know that one of the goals that we have, and it's kind of what Mike was saying, there are a lot of people in our entire area. So readership doesn't anywhere near reach the amount of people that are in the community. So we always are seeking ways to get more and more people to come to the library. And I think because nowadays people think libraries are only about books and they can buy books on Amazon, They don't realize how many programs the library gives and how much they can help and how much we're willing to do more things. So I hope through this strategic plan that we'll be able to serve even more members of the community because we certainly have the ability to do it.
Okay, Phyllis,
Well,
don't say it again.
the library is involved in so much of this community. I think the library is the best library of all of us. Yeah, you know, but, no, we are here to serve the people of our community. And then other people who are not residents can come in and look at a book and everything too, help them. I especially really love the programs for the kids. And especially during summertime, when the parents are so glad to have a few hours off when the kids come in here for the summer programs.
Okay, great. We're gonna kind of circle back and learn a little bit more about everybody. Just another 1-minute question. If you could go ahead and toot your own horn, tell us why you're good for these positions. What personal traits do you have that have served you well if you've been an incumbent? I can do this, I can do this. If you're new, what talents do you think you're gonna bring that are really gonna help bring your organization forward and help the residents? We'll start with you, Mike. We'll go around these.
Yeah, my background's primarily financial, as I mentioned, I'm a CPA and registered investment advisor. So I'm involved as the treasurer, chief financial officer for the township. The township is in very good shape. Again, I think what I have to emphasize is that the way the township government works is that it's the trustees and the supervisor. Trustees are just as important as anything that the supervisor knows. And again, we have a very seasoned thing to handle. I like to work collaboratively. It includes with the other tax agencies, the nonprofit organizations, et cetera. When we put together the planning committee for the community center, for example, we included all of the nonprofits, all of the taxing bodies to get input from everyone. And I think it's important that we try to work collectively.
Okay, right.
Okay, what I'm good at, huh?
Yeah.
I'm good at spending the money Michael saves us.
Someone's gotta do it.
I'm good at what I do. I try to take my projects and all that, go one at a time, get them done out there. So I'm good at getting things done. I'm not much of a talker, I'm a doer. And if you take a look at what has happened in the town hall here and the one out there, you'll understand what I'm saying. I'd rather do it than talk about it.
I can identify with that too, sir.
Well, I'm really creative and I think out of the box, and I love helping people. That is my biggest thing. It's pay it forward always. And I'm pretty good at making people talk, that maybe they're not real social. And I like introducing people. As a matter of fact, I just did that the other day with a friend of mine. So I don't know. I like bringing people together and I think I'm good at that.
Sure.
Well, I'm an insurance agent for 43 years in Crete. I'm a business person. And I have no problem calling over to Will County and finding out the right person to talk to for that grant for our commercial kitchen. I forgot to add that before. So when we get our grant application this month, I'll be right in there helping fill that out so we can get that commercial kitchen paid for. I'm also we have our first person who has signed a usage agreement for a room that will be paying $600 a month. It's a small business that's just starting. Crete Money graduate. I was a mama and took him under my wing. Helping him get all the forms filled out, even helped him figure out how to write his check. I hate when you do that. I just totally blessed. But And we have our Lions Club is gonna be using our room. So I've been helping people get those forms, fill them out, and now we have an insurance policy they can take out. And I'm the person that will be helping people take that policy out. And it's not through me. And someday I can just move it out. Okay, that's all. So
I'm really great at driving Frank nuts. So if anybody wants that, it's a done deal. But I'm really good at working together with everybody, and these guys have been just phenomenal to work with. And I look forward to keeping it up. I am originally a graphic artist. I worked in films, doing props and prosthetics for movies and TV shows, commercials and things like that. So I'm really good at working under pressure, and he brings it. So, and making people laugh, I really like having a good time. I think that work should be very hard. If you're always having fun, it's never work.
I'm a past president of the Steger Kiaurakis Club. I'm a worker. I'm not so good in the front, but I'm good in the back. So I always put my time in. I help everyone that I can. We've done a lot of fundraisers in my life. Personally, I've done 7 years for an autism benefit where I raised over $63,000 for autism. My last one, we raised $17,000 for Speed. Speed got most of the money. We gave them a whole autism room. They had everything. It was really great. They got a lot of good teachers in there to help them. And I'm a worker. So.
Hey, Tifanni?
I would say one of my focuses is really to create efficiencies. I'm really good at working as a team player. I'm a great collaborator. I can work with anyone. I would say I like to get things done. I think that's like the motto of AmeriCorps. And I enjoy building bridges, connecting people to the things that they need. So, again, I think it's not important to duplicate the services, but if you know where you can get those services and connect those people, I enjoy doing that. I enjoy working with youth and seniors, and I look forward to working with members of the township board.
Hey, let's go to the two for Park District.
Okay, well, I humbly pride myself on creativity and hard work and getting things done by all means necessary. Just recalling the time that they was taking a program out of the school that I felt that was really vital for the young children. I went to the school board and we worked together and we found ways to make sure that that program stayed and was implemented the following year for the students. So when I say by all means necessary, I mean all means necessary. Getting it done is what I do by all means necessary. Whatever it takes, no matter how many late nights, whatever, how early, how long, getting things done. So,
okay, Kelly.
I would say one of my biggest strengths is advocating. I've advocated in DC for, if we go this year, it'll be the 11th year for mental health and people with developmental disabilities. I'm hoping to be able to bring it closer to home. I have also spoken to Anthony DeLuca to hopefully get a LWSR A+ for Crete, so we can use it for programming, take our participants there, or also be able to do things in Crete, in the area here with our people who live in Crete. Hoping to get more of that stuff done. I'm a team player. I like to learn. I'm open to learning just about anything and don't mind keep volunteering and helping out when I can, where I can.
Hey, village people, start with Laurie.
Well, much like Mike, I like to think of myself as a numbers guy. I think my numbers background serves the village well, but more importantly, we up here talking all the time about everything. I think the most important thing I have that I bring to the table is listening. I think the residents know they can come to me and relay a problem they might have, and they'll know I'll bring it back to to the board or to the village and fix it if I can't. If I can't, I can't, but they at least know they have my ear. I think the department heads and the employees know that. They come to me with all sorts of different issues and we try to work through them, but again, we are up here a lot, talking, and I think one of my biggest assets is listening.
Jane?
I'm a doer. I enjoy working with people. I think also too, I've been able to show with those I work with Crete Country Christmas and the chamber, you know, we can have tense board meetings, but the moment that meeting's over, we go out to have dinner. Like it's never personal. I feel that I can work with anybody because it's about Crete. It's not a personal thing. And I built a lot of really great relationships with local elected officials in surrounding towns, with our state legislators. So I think that will help me be able to continue to help advocate for Crete's needs. And also I know what it's like to be a business owner in town. I know what those struggles can be. I know what those challenges can be. So I'm hoping that I can also use those past experiences to help our current and future businesses in town.
Okay, Steve?
I'd say projects and tasks. If we're looking to do something, I don't think digging in to find out what we can do. I also think, you know, with Mark and I, for longevity, you know, on the board, there's a lot of stuff that comes up that happened years ago or whatever, you know, and we, you know, being on for a long time, being here for a long time, longevity and trying to figure out those projects, I think is something like that.
Other than all my giving back to the community since high school, I think I'm pretty good at multitasking and working pretty good under stress with projects. In my career in the steel industry, I've probably ran quite a few multi-million-dollar projects, kept them all under budget, all safe. Most of my dealings with the mills is been dealing with training and safety and special projects. Got a lot of certifications with that stuff. Mark's willing to listen to my out-of-the-box thinking. I'm willing to give it to him.
Okay, and then the four from the library board.
I am organized, community-minded, and future-focused. So whatever it is that's brought to the table to us, so ideas moving forward at the library, I want to always make sure that we're making a fiscally responsible choice that we can sustain into the future as well, so we don't ever grow beyond our limits while still continuing to grow and keep up with the times. As an educator and a programmer, I feel like I have a good finger on the pulse of changes and things that people are looking for, because I get to work with people in a lot of different ways. So, and I'm just a library super user. I'm here almost every day, and not for board business. So the library is really important to me, and its role in the community and how it can continue to partner is also really important to me as a community member myself.
Okay, Susie?
I think that the thing I bring that is probably most important is my love of this place. It's my favorite spot in town, and I love Crete. I'm not going anywhere. It's my town. People make fun of it, give it a bad rap. I just say something nice and walk away. But I love this library. I think we're headed in the right directions. I'm anxious and curious to see where we're going to go, and I'm not sure there's any limit for it. But we could add a restaurant, maybe, you know.
So that's it. I think that my background in public education for handicapped and working with handicapped adults, the processes, the procedures, the policies parallel what we need to do in the library on the library board. I understand the finances, I understand the governance, but I also understand how important it is to be inclusive and to try and find things for all people in the community. And I think the last strength that I have is I'm a cheerleader. I love the people that are working, and I do everything I can to support them and cheer them on, but only because they deserve it.
Phyllis?
I love the library.
Is it the best one you've ever been to?
All of Illinois, let's say. Right. It does, especially with the orphan train and the other programs that we've had recently. I just thought those programs were wonderful. As a historian too, written several books, and so I really appreciate the information that I can get here from the library, because library staff so can give me so much information too. So I appreciate the staff.
Those are all the questions that we have prepared. I have prepared. These were my questions, not the chamber, not anybody else's. They were mine alone. The last thing we'll do is just a brief, again, 1 minute closing. Or say, oh, we're giving them 3. Okay, we're letting you guys go for it. Free form, what? Yeah, you don't have to.
Needed to say more than couldn't earlier, just give you that time.
Okay, good. So 3 minutes, free form, whatever you feel like you maybe haven't touched on yet, or things that you want to emphasize. If you're new, make a case for yourself why you should be on this board. Let's start, let's go reversing again. So Phyllis, you're up. Closing arguments.
Closing arguments. Well, I've said it so many times that I just love the library. You come in with a problem and the librarian will say, oh, go over and help that person, tell you. It's just, and it's a great place because you come in and they're friendly. They don't look away from you. They're friendly here. And that's really important because there are a lot of people that are, shy and everything, and they don't know what to do, and they don't know how to do things with their computers here. They're right down there on the first floor, helping people read on my computer. And I think that's so important for everyone.
Thank you.
We haven't mentioned that we do have a foundation. We have the Friends of the Public Library. People can donate to them. We used to make all of our money by selling candy bars. We finally decided that there's a lot better ways to make money. And they've provided some of the benches that we have. We have picnic tables all the way around the library. So there's a lot of space. So first of all, there's a lot of place to donate to the library for those special kinds of events. But there's a lot of space that's available for people to come and sit and read outside as well as inside. So we have a beautiful outside space too.
Good reminder, thank you.
I really can't think of anything to add. I mean, it's a great place. I hope I get elected. And I will do a good job.
All of my previous statements speak as my closing statement, especially because I am running unopposed. So I'll just use a little bit of my time to say thank you to the Chamber for the opportunity to be here. Thank you to all of you in the community who support and care enough about the community to be here tonight. I invite you to continue to use the library, start using it more if you haven't, and get involved in any way that you can. And just thank you for all that you're doing and the caring that you have for all of us. Thank you so much.
Okay. Park District Health.
I would have to piggyback off of the library. The library is good. Thank you. It is a good library. I'm not just saying it. It really is. I like the fact that they also help with the coffee connections with the transition students and stuff, and she benefited from that herself. So I do appreciate it.
And we like the Park District too.
Well, I'll say thank you, but I'm not on here yet. That's my pitch. I would like to be on the Park District board, and again, it's Kelly Humbert-Hallin with an I-N, not E-N, but doesn't matter. I think I'll do good. I think I have some good ideas. I think I can bring different things to the table, hopefully. Usually a team player. And again, I'll just wrap up by saying I think the library is good too.
Let's go to June.
Well, I'm so glad we're doing this closing arguments, as you stated. But to Mrs. Plum, I totally agree with you. I love it every time you said it. And I thank you all that even though we don't have a park, we have that story walk. And I was so excited to walk that story walk. So thank you so much for that. Thank you guys for keeping the roads. I brag about Crete. My sister is in the city. I'm like, we don't have those problems here in Crete. So you all do an excellent job, the trustees. So thank you all for all that you already have done and will continue to do. And to you all for coming to just hear us out. So I appreciate it. And I'm hoping and I'm excited to be a part of the Park District to bring my ideas, my creativities, listen to the other residents to help them to, grow those things that they put on those little note cards when I was walking through the park. I would love to bring those back out to go one by one and kind of see how we can solve those problems that they felt that needed attention. So again, thank you all.
Okay, back to the village, Steve. Or Keith, sorry.
Really don't have a lot to add other than, if elected, I'm all ears. Reach out to me anytime. Looking forward to learning from the incumbents that are in office now. I think it'll be a good learning experience. Anything I can do to help you.
I want to thank everybody. It's been a pleasure serving the village for 18 years, and I certainly hope your support get me in for next 4 more years. And I think longevity is really a major part of this also. And we have 4 people running for 3 positions, and 3 people are here. The 4th person isn't here, so just make sure when you're voting, you're voting for right. That's all I have. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Just thank you.
Well, yes, thank you for being here. Thank you, Chamber. I am also looking forward and hoping for the opportunity to serve everyone as a trustee and working with these gentlemen here. I already get to work with Mark with Crete Country Christmas, and we have a good time doing it. Steve helps out with the Stand a Sleigh Parade, so I'm looking forward to getting to know Keith better and seeing how we can work together. And so since I have time, I'll just tell you, sign up for your egg hunts at Crete Park District and NFL flag football and cruise nights starting soon in June, and so is the farmer's market and garage sale days. So we have a lot of fun coming up in the spring and summer in Crete. So hope to see you all there.
Okay, Mark.
As Heather said, thanks Karen for moderating. Thanks Betsy and to the chamber for having us here tonight. This is your village, guys. This is a volunteer organization for the most part. And if anybody has any desire to get involved, there's something for you to do. Whether it's township, whether it's village, whether it's park, whether it's library, by the way, best library. We've gone from the area to the state, so I'm going to say the best library in the country. But this is our community, and without involvement, it's nothing. So I encourage everybody to get involved. Find something that you're passionate about. Come see one of us, and we'll give you more work than you probably know what to do. So again, thanks. Hope they get your support in April.
Thank you. Now let's finish up with the township.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you all for coming out this evening. I think that says a lot. That says that you care and you're invested in the community. Thank you to the chamber and to everyone that's running. I think resident community involvement is so important. I would say just a couple of things. Regardless of the results of the election, I still think it's really important for people to be involved in your community. I would like to see that we have some community resource fairs and job skills development and resource fairs for our community. While we do a lot in the school, I think some of us have children that are over school age. And so even that like 18 to 26, 27 is really a critical area. And I think that that's one of the areas that we can really improve with the township. I think that there are a lot of opportunities for us to grow and develop. I think that we have some really great programs, and I think it's really just about building on them. I love Crete. I love living in this community. I say that all the time. I don't have those problems. We don't have those problems in Crete. I was just thinking, since I moved to Crete in 2013, I have 7 of our relatives that have moved to Crete. Yeah, I have 2 sister-in-laws, and they're all over the township. So we're really invested in Crete. I would just like to be involved so that I can help to leverage resources for our for residents in our community and to continue being a part. So thank you, and I hope that you will vote for me in April. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone up here. You're all doing a great job. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Chamber. Thank you, Karen. I'm just hoping that you guys will vote for me in April, and I'm hoping I can continue doing what I'm doing. And sorry about
yourself.
Awesome. Thank you all.
How'd you make that so short? Well, thanks for making me so nervous today, guys. I'm glad to see a lot of you up there. I'm just really excited about, the community service and doing more for the community. So help me get the kids off the electronics and sign them all up for my fishing program. It starts hopefully the end of March, beginning of April, depending on how many kids I get to sign up. So call me. Also, anybody who is an avid fisherman, come on, help me out.
Yeah, we're actually digging through our garage and collecting old fishing equipment because they did put a call out. Anybody who has any fishing equipment that's sitting around cobwebbing, put it together and drop it off at the township.
Yes, also.
And I'm also looking for gardening equipment. If anybody has anything laying around and not using anymore, bring it on down to the township, please.
Yes, I'm even looking for light vests. If you got little ones light vests, I will take them. I don't want the kids out by the pond without one on. So safety is the very first class. So water safety. Don't go by the water without a vest on. Don't hook someone in the face. Those are the first 2 class lessons.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm good with little ones.
Well, I want to reiterate, Mike had brought this up before, is our board really, they truly care about the people in Crete Township. When people call us, we don't say, that's not our job. We say, well, oh, there's this little house on the corner of such and such and such and such. And, we could say that's not our job, but no, we take pictures. We call land use in Joliet. We're, constantly calling those people. We've learned that if we say we're a Crete Township trustee, they listen to us. And that's not our job. I know there's other townships that will not do that, and we do. And so we're always looking out for everybody in the township, from Western Avenue to State Line, to into Steger, all the way out to Goodnow Road. And we have a lot of land to look after, but we do that. So thank you for being here, and please vote for me, and vote for all of us.
Oh yeah, vote for me too.
I just want to say thank you guys for giving me this opportunity to work with these great people. I know I'm still wet behind the ears, but it doesn't mean I'm not capable and I don't have the will and the body to get out there and work hard. I appreciate you giving me a voice. Even though I didn't have a lot to say, this is kind of intimidating. I've never done this before, so bear with me. I just want to say I hope I can continue working with these guys and bringing our town forward and into the future and offering more for everybody.
It's great.
My turn again, huh?
Your turn again. Last time though.
Yeah, I want to thank the chamber, and I want to thank you for all you've done for this forum. And I want to tell you something that you don't know. In Crete Township, the residents should be very, very happy. Because the building we bought for the township is the second largest community center in a township, which is something we should be proud of. It is the biggest building around. There is no other building that can handle crowds like that one can. So we have brought a miracle, and that's what it was to get it to Crete Township. And we're opening it up to everybody, so they can use it for whatever they need to use it for. We're working hard on the community kitchen. The drawing sport should be done this week. And Cheryl's going after the grant for it.
With my help.
And I gotta tell you, I'm very proud of the people in the township that I work with. They're hard workers, they're dedicated, and I would appreciate if everybody would vote and put us all back in office. Thank you very much. God bless.
And Mike, wrap us up.
Thanks everyone, and thank you for taking an interest in all of this. Two things that I wanted to echo. One is Mark's, and these are more or less, these are paid positions, but these are more or less volunteer positions for the most part, for the amount of work that's involved versus the compensation. And everyone that's here is doing it because they want to do it. They want to serve the people. I'll also echo what Cheryl was saying in that we don't say, gee, this isn't our job if there's something that needs doing, whether that's us dealing with the county on land use or dealing with zoning problems, but even things like the community center. One thing that's very unique, again, about our area, not knocking another board in any way, but by design, the unincorporated area of Crete does not have an active park district. And that was by design in the 1950s. It was set up that way so that there wouldn't be any property taxes. But as a result of that, there are no programs, there's no buildings, etc. Part of the community center is to kind of fill that void, that we can provide those kind of services for all of the families. And I do want to say I'm very proud of each of these board members, each of these candidates we have, because these are workers. They're not politicians. These are the folks that actually roll up their sleeves and do the work. Laura is very modest, but she's done a tremendous job, for example, in the senior services area. She runs these programs for the seniors. She's the one that met with Catholic Charities and area on aging to get free programs in for our seniors. Works very hard. Also involved with nonprofit organizations, Kiaurakis clubs, or autism work. They the same with Crete Women's Club. She's also, in addition to the mosquito abatement, is also our coordinator for the community center, and has done a tremendous job on that. That was her initiative to come up with a fishing class for the kids. Cheryl, again, these are not folks that toot their own horn. Cheryl, very involved with Angels on assignment, PTOs, all of the groups here in Crete, and really showing her work with them. The single builders and also with Rice. They all have a vested interest in Crete and improving themselves time to time.
And I think that'll wrap us up.
I just want to say thank you to candidates for sitting up here and making yourself vulnerable for all of these voting rights appeal. We appreciate you. Thank you, Karen, for being our moderator. And thank